It's really hard to do barn owl conservation if you don't know where barn owls are. If you want to target your resources most effectively, it's great to have some idea of where the birds are. And one of the things that we like to do is to record people's sightings. If you're driving along in the evening, something big and white flies across in front of you just as it's getting dark. If it's really white, chances are it is a barn owl, and we'd really like to know. You might be out one day in a farm building perhaps and find some pellets, or perhaps somebody tells you where barn owls are nesting. This is really important information for conservation purposes. And obviously, if you're going to report that to us, you need to know the kind of information we want. Biodiversity information, the places where wildlife is found, are usually recorded by what's called the Ordnance Survey grid system, and you produce something called a six-figure map reference. A six-figure map reference basically just identifies exactly where you are on the map. So let's say we see a barn owl here and we want to generate a six-figure map reference. Each map reference is preceded by two letters which denotes the 100-kilometre square that we're in, and you can see those written in the corner of the map. So this one is ST, and then the six figures that come after the ST are divided. The first three figures refer to how far across the map we are, and the second three figures refer to how far up the map we are. And you can remember this because you go along the corridor before you go up the stairs. So if we were here, for example, we would read the numbers 75, we're 0.2 across the square, so that's 752, and up the side 73, we're 0.1 of the way up that square, so that would be ST 752731. So you see a barn owl, you get the map reference. What kind of information should you send with the map reference? Well, we'd obviously like to know when you saw it, how long have you been seeing it for, and how often do you see it. If you're reporting a site where you're finding barn owl pellets, then we'd like to know how many pellets there are, and if there's evidence that barn owls have nested there, then it would be interesting to know whether they just nested that 1 year or whether they've been nesting there for many years. So basically, the more information you can provide, the better. Recording live sightings of owls and where they roost and where they nest is brilliant, but actually it's not all that we're interested in. It's really important to understand barn owl mortality, and we're very keen to hear about dead barn owls being found or seen, perhaps on the side of the road. Please do report it, even if it's not ringed, we'd still very much like to know. We're really interested in receiving barn owl pellets by post. Now these are really good for educational purposes, but also it gives us the opportunity to check that the pellets you've found are indeed barn owl pellets. And what we'd like you to do, please, is to make sure your pellets are all dry and then pack them up in a bag and pop them in an envelope addressed to the Barn Owl Trust. We'd be really pleased to receive them. And if you'd like to know any more about this, please do go and explore the website.